Hi, this is Nasya,
And Kristin.
and welcome to our virtual homebuyers event. We're really happy that you were able to join us today. And unfortunately, we're having to do it virtually, but it's fortunate for you because instead of a one time and one day, a couple hour type of program, we are going to allow you to take as much time as you want to watch as much as you want. It's kind of like a Netflix option. So you can do
Yeah.
everything all at one time, or you can
Binge.
or you can choose to do one at a time. But we wanted to tell you that we're seeing still a lot of activity in the market. So we wanted to make sure that we got this information to you as soon as we could. So we've got a great lineup of experts in the real estate field, affiliated fields. And Kristen's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So we have speakers from all of the steps in the process. The first thing we're going to do is go over the process, and then you will see our interviews with all of those participants throughout the home buying process. So we like to tell people in the home buying process, there are 8 steps. That's it, 8 steps. It seems a little overwhelming, but really, if you chunk it down, it becomes a little more
Yeah. Manageable.
bearable if you think about it that way. So I'm going to just share my screen and share a graphic that we always give to our buyers so that they can kind of see the process in a little bite-sized way. So hold on one second. Me with my
Real
non-techie
time
self.
technology. Real time technology.
I'm saying here, look at this, check us out. So this is what we like to call our home buying process.
The
What do we call
wheel.
it? The wheel, the home buying wheel. So the first step is to meet with a real estate professional. While you kind of get a unique opportunity with, the home buyer seminar to get all of this information at once, it's really important to schedule time with us, because of what's going on right now. We are doing virtual consultations that last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, where we kind of go over this process again with you in detail and kind of tailor it more to your specific situation and needs and see what you exactly need and want. So we discussed that, the types of homes you're looking for, the style, the price, location, all of that.
And
Nasia, would you
also,
like to?
yes, I was going to say, please keep in mind also that you're going to want to take some time and think about what your goals are in your new home. Don't forget about you're looking at what your commute might be to your job, where you want to be around. Do you want to be around a more rural area or do you want to be in the city? So think about things like that, especially if you want to be in a certain school system. So those are kind of the things that we need to know in order to get you into the home that you would want. So I think the next one, and unfortunately, my eyesight is not as good as it used to be.
It's get pre-approved.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
I'll call them all out and we'll take turns.
so, so we want to make sure that we get you in touch with some lenders. If you have your own lender, that's perfectly fine. We've got a lenders within our network that you can certainly go to be pre-approved. It is really important to get that pre-approval, not only for you, so that you'll know what's within your budget, and then you can make accommodations for what you feel comfortable with. But you'll also be able to look at homes within that budget. And so you'll know exactly what type of homes you'll be able to get. And the pre approval process is not as daunting as you would think. It really is a chance for the lender to get to know what your particular situation is and to tell you what they have as far as products and services.
Yes, and also don't be nervous. It's not something a lot of people are like nervous to speak to a lender. It's nothing to be nervous about. they can either tell you, yes, you're ready to go. You tell them what you're comfortable with. Yes, you're good at this point. Or they tell you not yet. And that's pretty much the worst answer you can get is not yet. And they'll kind of tell you what you need to do in order to get to that yes. So don't be fearful. Don't be afraid. I know, it can be daunting to kind of be in touch, if you know everything is not perfect, to kind of confront that. But that's the first step in getting you into your home and on the path of building wealth. So it's very important. Get a little uncomfortable, but again, you can do it. We
Absolutely.
believe in you. Okay. Search for homes is the next step.
It's my favorite.
Yay! Or as we call it, the fun part.
The actual
So,
fun part. And it's not HGTV. It is not House Hunters. So you're not going to get 3 homes and you just get to choose from those. So,
although we can do that too.
yes, we absolutely can. And I always caution people, do not be afraid. Some people get the home that they love. They fall in love with it, and it's the first home that they see. Don't be afraid.
Mm-mm.
It's okay for you just to have seen one home. But
It's happened many times to many of our
it
clients.
has
So
happened
it's,
so many
yeah,
times that you fall in love. But really, once you've seen a couple of homes anyway, you have a feeling of what's available in the area at your price point. And you also get a feeling for the neighborhoods around the area as well.
absolutely. And again, this is one of the things we talk about in depth during your buyer consultation. So you'll get more feedback on that. The next step is you find your perfect home. Yay! You make an offer.
Yes. So the offer, we'll be the ones doing the offer as your real estate partner. And we talked to you a little bit about what you would like to offer and give you some comparables within the area so that you can really see how things are going in the market as of right now. But
Yeah, we
also,
want your offer to make sense. Like we don't want
yes,
you to offer something that's way out of the range of what's selling in a neighborhood.
yes. Also, keep in mind, it's you who are making the final decision, but we are here as your local market experts. So when we provide you with guidance of any kind, we know that the final decision is always going to be yours. However, we're providing that guidance based on both our experience and also what's happening locally.
Absolutely. The next step is contract negotiation and contract. So, sometimes you sit in an offer, it's very rare to people. There are 3 things that could happen. They can accept it as written, they can reject the offer, or they can counter. And I tell people it's very rare that people accept an offer, as written. Most people will counter some points, and that's where we kind of do a counter offer. We might go back and forth a little bit until we reach terms that are agreeable for all involved.
Mhm.
So win-win for everyone. So we just want to. This could be a little stressful time, but again, we're there. We do this all the time to help you, put you at ease, and work out the best deal that we can for you.
And also, just remember, it's not personal. It has nothing to do with you as a buyer. It has nothing to do with anything that you've put on the piece of paper as far as your offer. It's just not a personal thing. Each seller has their own goals as much as
Mhm.
you have your goals.
Absolutely. The next one, I keep forgetting to change the slide, but in escrow, in the terminology that we use more often here, is you're under contract.
Yeah.
So that means you and the seller have agreed to the price and the other terms of the contract, like the closing date, the inspection period, due diligence period, those sorts of things. So basically now you're just kind of looking forward to closing time.
And also,
Um,
I sorry to
okay.
interrupt this then, but I wanted to really, really stress during this under contract period, this is the time that we are going to be giving you kind of a list of some deliverables that we might need from you, and some deadlines. It's really important that you listen to the deadlines. We're not doing it for us. We're actually doing it for you. It's to protect you and especially to protect your escrow money.
Yeah, so we'll talk again. Like you might hear some terms that you're unfamiliar with, escrow money or earnest money. These are all things that we'll go into details with during our one-on-ones, as well as like all the upfront type of fees that are a part of the home buying process. So next we go into the final details. So during this portion of the transaction, say box number 7, um, we become more project managers. We kind of hand things off to your lender, who will be making sure they have everything they need, going through everything with a fine tooth comb before they approve the loan that they're going to fund your purchase, as well as the closing attorney. The closing attorney will be doing a lot of the work at this time as well. So during this time, after we've given your earnest money, you're under contract, one of the first things will do is and have an inspection done. So you're not required to have an inspection in the state of Georgia, but we really recommend it.
Strongly recommend it.
Yeah. So we usually negotiate a certain number of days to get that done. If we find that there are repairs that need to be made to your home, that's when we go back and ask for the seller to either make those repairs, give you money to do those repairs, yourself, or basically if they don't do that, you might terminate the contract. We don't want to do, but again, we are always looking out for your best interest. So if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. But you still get that time to kind of make the decision to make sure that you are ready to move forward with this purchase. Another thing that will happen is the lender will order an appraisal. They want to just make sure that they're lending you money, a certain amount of money for the home, that the home is actually worth that amount. So they're going to have an independent person conduct an appraisal, and that's a fee that you will pay to them, without us having anything to do with that. And then, again, like I said, it's just kind of the lender and the closing attorney making sure everything is on the up and up. The closing attorney is making sure that the person who is selling the house is actually the person who is legally the person who can sell the house. And in the end, they're the person who's going to create, have all the documents for you to sign off on.
Right. And even though you're inching closer and closer to the process, it's still important. Keep your eyes on the balls. We're not at the closing table yet, but we're getting closer.
Yes. So at closing, so once your lender moves your file to underwriting, which is, like I said, like fine tooth comb, they'll give you something called clear to close, which means basically they're turning over everything to the closing attorney. The closing attorney is going to review and make sure all the numbers are correct. You will get a closing disclosure, which is basically a detailed report of all the fees that you are responsible for, and then a look at what your monthly payment will be with any taxes, if you have to claim private mortgage insurance, but all those types of things depending on the type of loan and what program you're using. Right. So that's basically that. You have to get it 3 days before closing. We schedule your closing date. We are, go to the attorney's office. They are now, people are going to the attorney's office and signing. I know when we did the interview originally, they were on the verge of doing virtual closings, drive-by closings. Mm-hmm. So I think they're still kind of doing a combination of everything. Yeah, so we, kind of do that. So you sign all the documents, and there you are.
And then now all of our out-of-towners, If you're out of state, then we do have different options for you that if you're not going to be there in person. So we can just definitely talk about that if you're out of state, but have no fear. You can still buy your vacation second home in Georgia.
Or even I had we've had clients in the past who moved and finished their purchase before they moved. And yeah, so they were able to do like a mail away where they FedEx their documents they signed and send in the back. So there, like Nasya said, there's all types of ways that you can get your um, closing done. So yeah, so once you do all of that, congratulations, you are a new homeowner. Yes, we made it through the process.
And then you get, if you're in person and we're there, you get to take all kinds of pictures with us and a big key that says, congratulations, you're a new homeowner. I won't say it's definitely going to be a big key, but usually it is. But you get to take all the pictures.
Yeah.
And then you get to plan for your new life in your new home. And being a homeowner is something that is very special. And we are just so thrilled that we get to take that journey with so many different people and to really, excuse me, and to be able to be a guide during that journey. Just remember that as real estate partners, we are on your side and we are there to look out for you.
Yes, absolutely. So we hope that you enjoyed our little walkthrough. Again, feel free to call to schedule an appointment, a one-on-one appointment with us. We have some fabulous partners who have agreed to participate in interviews. So enjoy, and if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us.
Call us, text us.
Yeah, all
We're
those
on
things.
Instagram.
Yeah, hit our DMs, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all the stuff the kids say, you do that.
Right.
Do that. TikTok us,
Oh, please don't TikTok us.
Snapchat us. I don't know. All right. So, Nasya, anything else?
All I have to say is we're really, really excited for your potential and for you to become one of Metro Atlanta's newest home buyers. If it's not in the state of Georgia, we also can help you there too. We've got a network throughout the country. So please be sure to contact us with any questions you might have.
Thanks.